Good morning and welcome to Monday Inspo with Pastor Nina Obikudo. How are you doing? How have you been? How was your weekend? Happy Easter to all the Christians world over. I'm sure that you're enjoying your week. This is Easter Monday and it's usually a public holiday, but I know that some people still make it to work. Some essential workers still make it to work irrespective of the fact that it is a public holiday. And I trust that you're having a great start to your week. Now, today on Monday Inspo, I would like us to look at something very briefly that I have tagged validate yourself. Validate yourself. Now, in the times where we are or when we have found ourselves, there are a lot of things that are happening around us, and you see people who are struggling and seeking validation from every other person around them. People want to be validated. People want people to talk about them. People want people to say good things about them. People want other people to approve of them, approve of their actions, approve of the things that they are doing or the things that they are saying or the things all around them, but they never get to validate or do the same thing to themselves. So today I'm saying validate yourself. Now, what am I saying in a nutshell? Be your first support system. Okay, be your first support system. Now, people who are a bit handicapped, people who probably have issues with their feet or cannot walk well, always get some form of help, some form of support, either by using a crutch or maybe a stick, maybe a walking stick, a form of aid. Maybe they hold on to people who help them go around. Maybe people have to carry them. There's some other people who could be blind. There's some other people who are probably deaf or do not hear properly. And what they do is they seek some form of support, either the use of glasses, the use of hearing aids, or they depend on people like we see in some part of the world. There are people who are begging because they are blind and probably don't have employment, but they hold on to someone's shoulder and that person is leading them all around. Okay, so that person becomes their entire support system. All they do is depend on this person, and whatever the person says is what they take because they do not know anything better. All that they depend on is validation from this support. Now, that's how so many of us approach life. So many of us approach life not even knowing who we are, not understanding who we are, not knowing what capacity we have, not knowing our abilities, our potentials, and how far we can go. All we're looking for is who is by the right, who is by the left to tell us who we really are. Now, like I'll tell you, nobody knows you better than you know yourself. Nobody can validate you better than you can validate yourself. Now, even in organizations, a lot of people are validated by probably their bosses, senior colleagues, or maybe the HRO, depending on what the system of the organization where you work, you know, how the system works. Many children are validated by their teachers in school. And so at the end of the validation, you get a report, you get a result. And then people look at it. And sometimes what has been written down is really not good enough. You look at it and you know that, no, I do not deserve what I have been given. I deserve more. I think I produced more. I think I scored higher in this test or in this examination. But someone who does validate themselves is the person who will be able to contend with that result that has been given. But you see, there are so many people that just take on whatever is given to them because they never take out time to validate themselves. They do not know who they are. They do not know where they stand. They do not know their capacity. They don't know what potentials they have. They don't know what they are giving out, how much they have given out, what the result of their hard work they've put in should be. So they just sit down there and they're not being promoted, they're not making good progress, they're not getting the result that they should get, not because they do not deserve it, but because they haven't taken out time to support themselves, to validate themselves, to examine themselves, so they depend solely on whatever someone else does say to them. The people who find themselves in trouble, the people who find themselves in some form of want or situations that, if they just sit down and think, if they just sit down and, look at it again, look at themselves again, they may get answers, they may get solutions, they may know what the next step to take is. But no, they don't. All they do is they pick up their phone and they call someone and they're crying. Oh, why is my life like this? Oh, I thought I was going to be promoted this year, but look at me now. I'm still on level 2. All the people that got employed with me have moved on higher. Now here I go day. All the rest of my life, it doesn't look like I'll go beyond this point. And then the person will say to them, sorry, don't worry. I believe that by the next promotion, you will go. The next thing, they pick up the phone and they call somebody. I don't know how I'm feeling today. I just feel useless. I just feel worthless. And then that person starts telling them, no, you're not worthless. No, you're not useless. Don't say that to yourself. You can be this. You can be that. You are more than this. And they say, thank you. And then they become better than they were. They feel happy. They feel excited. And they now start saying, thank God, oh, she said to me, I'm not useless. At least somebody believes in me. Am I saying that when we find ourselves in situations, we shouldn't seek support from outside? No. But this is the thing. First of all, validate yourself. Understand that you are your first support system. Sometimes ask yourself, this person I want to call up, what am I expecting him to say to me? What am I expecting her to say to me? Because the truth is, most of the time you call these people up because you believe that if I call this person, the person will say something good to me. If I call this person, the person will say something nice to me. Perhaps if I call this person will be able to pray with me. It is good. But the question is, have you first prayed for yourself? Have you first validated yourself? Have you spoken to yourself and said, you can do this, Nina? Have you said you are more than conquerors? Have you said that you can achieve this thing if you put your mind to it? Sometimes you need to ask yourself, what is this person going to say to me? And then you say it to yourself. You affirm it to yourself. Some of us beat ourselves down with so much negative affirmations. And then we're looking for positive affirmations from people all around us. Now, it wouldn't work like that. Positive plus positive will give you positive. Positive plus negative will not give you positive. So this is me saying to you, validate yourself. Wake up and understand that you are the first support system to yourself. Unfortunately, we find in our world now that it's becoming increasingly difficult to get people to validate you. Everyone seems to be working out their own salvation. Everybody is running for themselves. There's so much going on, and people are being protective of themselves. People don't want to, give themselves to anybody. People want to think of themselves first, think of their families first, think of their own progress before they look around to see who they want to help. Not many people are willing to tag people along and run along with them. Everybody wants to hit the tape first before looking back to see who they can help. You hear people say, let me reach first. When I get there, we'll talk about this. You hear people who have some good sum of money and you think that they'll be willing to spare. They say, it's not like I can't spare, but I'm saving for tomorrow. Let me not give out what I think is a spare, and then tomorrow I'm now in need or in a position to start begging. So everybody is, first of all, truly careful about themselves. Everyone is protective truly about themselves. So are you protective about yourself? Are you thinking about yourself? Am I saying be selfish? No. But understand, like I always say, that nobody will value you more than you value yourself. If you carry yourself with so much dignity and pride, other people around will carry you in the same vein. If you give yourself to people as someone who is always crying, as someone who is always fretting, as someone who is always destabilized or disorganized, because of validation from other people. People will toy with you, toy with your emotions, toy ultimately with your life. So wake up. Seek validation from yourself. Affirm to yourself who you are. There's so many wonderful things that God has said about us. Search the scriptures. Tell yourself every day, I am the head, I am not the tail. I'm above. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am a winner. I am victorious. Though it looks like I'm down, I know I will come out of it victoriously. And the scripture says, even when you pass through, not if, it says when you go through the waters, God is there with you. So you tell yourself, I may be going through the waters right now. I may be passing through the fire, but I know that I am coming out of it because God is with me. And if God is with me, it means I cannot fail. It means I am victorious. It means that I am liberated. It means that I am free. It may not look like it now, but truly, I know I will come out stronger than I am now. Everything you think that people should tell you when you pick up your phone to call them and cry to them, begin to say to yourself, you are your greatest support system. So learn to validate yourself. Don't bring down yourself. Don't tear yourself down. Don't look at your situation and capitalize on the situation or the circumstances and think that that's what your life is about. No, you are more than what you're going through now. All the people you see at the top, they have their fair share of stories. If you're willing to listen, they will let you know you are more than what you're going through now. Validate yourself. Stay strong. Keep going. Keep going. Irrespective of what people think about you, tell yourself who you really are. Affirm it to yourself every day and every night, and you will come out stronger than you even believe you will. And now that's it on Monday Inspo. I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has encouraged you or inspired you or even challenged you. Don't just look for support outside of yourself. Be your first support system. And until I come your way again, always remember that God loves you and so do I. Stay safe, stay blessed, and have a blessed week.